We're rolling.
We're on.
It's rolling.
I reckon we got to get people to start like singing over the intro. Like freestyle.
We need lyrics. What are the lyrics?
Well, that's up to the person.
So should we play it again and someone freestyle?
Let's do it. Someone freestyle. Like
all right,
singing
all right.
freestyle.
I'll jump in with you if you're willing to do it.
I'll have a crack.
You have
Alright,
a crack.
let's do it.
Perfect. Can you turn me down a little bit as well?
What, your mic?
My ears.
Headies.
Oh, this
Six. There we go. Nice.
We're
Okay.
here.
Sausage boys.
We're here. It's gonna be good.
Come on, keep it rolling, young boy.
We're
Gonna be good.
We're gonna talk about open mic comedy in Sydney. Yeah.
And some other things. We're going to talk about conspiracies.
No. I love the government.
Love the government. What about the Chinese government?
I love the CCP.
Well, you got that in common with Vishy, actually. He was talking some mad smack about the CCP.
He's a CCP fanboy.
No, he's talking smack. He doesn't like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He's CCP means censored child porn.
First joke of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Quick.
I am
Sorry, I got nice and quickly in there.
Jackson Grant.
You're
I'm here
repping
with the Terry Crews of Sydney.
Yes.
The Steamroller.
Yes, the steamroller.
Um,
It's in my head now. I don't want to be the steamroller, but I can't help it.
my co-host, my very good friend, Karim Diallo. Am I allowed to say your last name? I don't think
say my last name. I don't think we've ever said that before.
Am I allowed to say your first name?
Yeah, you can say my first name.
Damn, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until you say something extremely problematic. We're back with old friend of the show. He's been here before.
Old friend, but
Actually-
a young boy.
Young boy.
How can I introduce you?
Just the goat, maybe. No.
Can I say your name? Can I say your
Yeah,
name?
just say Hughie Phillips.
Oh, yeah, Hughie
My
Phillips.
stage name.
I wasn't sure, man. But of course, it's Hughie Phillips, man that needs no introduction.
The man who basically changed the Sydney comedy scene forever.
The young
Hey,
boy.
You now have to have money to be an open mic comedian.
Hey.
everyone.
I don't enforce that.
I'm sorry, this is just the new rule.
Nah, well, during the story there was. I don't. It's not. No, it's not enforced. All right.
Well,
Okay.
let's give some context to this. So Hughie did something very noble and honourable. He started running a room in
All right,
Sydney.
I'll
which is
tell you. I'll
great.
explain why. Well, me and a good friend of mine who's also a comedian. After lockdown, right? We're
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, let's
We're listening, bro. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
after lockdown, we were like driving to like.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, you and Mickey Marco.
Yeah. He's now. Oh, fuck you dog, mate.
No.
Oi,
No.
oi, gun. No, we were driving to like Newcastle and Canberra pretty much every week to do open mics because there was one a week here.
Wait, Canberra?
We went to fucking Canberra for a gig. We drove. It was. We went for a 5 minutes open mic spot, bro. We were cooked in the head.
That's absolutely insane.
It was insane.
Did you bomb? Imagine
it was
going
actually
all that
great.
way and bombing, though.
It was actually a good crowd.
How many comics were there?
It was like we got in like a semi. It was like a curated open mic, but the venue was fucking sick. It was like a proper real rock band. Like it was a proper thing. Like 50 people.
Dang.
It was fucking
Canberra.
nice. Yeah,
What's going
yeah.
on?
Was the
what
audience...
else to do there? You know what I
of
mean?
course.
They'll work for Asia or whatever.
Oh, continue with the story, actually, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so we're like, and we're just like in the car just talking like, there's no fucking open mics in Sydney. And then we're like, oh, maybe we should start them. So I started one, he started another, or he started the one with me, and then he's gone now. God rest his soul. And
He was a great comedian.
look, he went,
Yeah,
he went through hard times, and look, he couldn't hang on. But that's,
That's neither here
It's
nor
not,
bloody
it's not
here.
for every, it's not for everyone.
Life isn't for
It's
everyone.
not for everyone.
But anyway, look, I'm not gonna, but anyway, yeah. So we started one, and then he's gone. So I run half of the open mics in Sydney. I don't want to brag, it's a bit of a power.
Oh, you picked up his room that he was doing now?
Yeah, he left. Now since he left, he just gave it to me pretty much, and I mean.
Oh, okay.
So
And
I'm
you
on
would
it
have had the
too.
conversation where it's like, okay, let's just open an open mic.
Yeah.
But one person was like, how about we make them pay?
No. So I sat down with the woman at the bar and she's like, nah, we don't want an open mic. And I'm like, I'm not doing a booked room. And then I'm like, oh, we'll do the 1 drink minimum. I was such a fuckwit at the beginning to like really enforce. I was like, mate, is that a water or is that a vodka water?
Oh, so you were
at the
kind
beginning, I
of
was
a
a
Nazi.
prick, man. Yeah,
Dang.
but
So basically, to fill in the gaps, there was a room. They're not going to let you open it unless, because they want to see some revenue come through. Comedians famously don't buy.
yeah, but I'm
shit.
not getting paid.
No, of course not. But you're trying to do something.
I was doing it
nice
for the community.
for people.
You were
and,
just following orders.
and there was
Basically.
Yeah.
there was some
Yeah.
crazy backlash
Well,
on the.
I got some heat, man. It was pretty wild.
Tell us about the heat.
Yeah, well, I didn't really. We would get that. We posted the thing, just being like, "Hey, there's an open mic coming 2 weeks. You know, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a 1 drink minimum." And people weren't happy. They were like wondering. I mean, at the end of the day, like at the time, there was no other open mics in the fucking city. There was one, and everyone's like, "Nah, don't do." It's like it's either this or no other. Like, buy a Coke, you fucking tight ass. You. Like, if you walk there from Chatswood because you can't afford the $4 Opal card thing, I'll let you on. Like, you know what I mean? Buy a Coke, it's $3. But I don't...
Sometimes $4.50, depending on the...
You know, inflation.
Yeah.
Fucking Joe Biden. Nah. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not enforced anymore. No one buys drinks there anymore. And to be
Really?
honest, because I don't give a fuck. I know they're not paying me. I'm kind of over it. I've been doing it for like 7 months.
Dang.
It's
Has
just
it been that
annoying.
long?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus.
Started January. Yeah.
Gosh.
Anyway, this is
Yeah.
boring.
I don't think
No, it's interesting.
I think it
I
is
want
very-
to.
Someone made a meme on the comments. That was pretty
Did they?
funny.
Who
that?
did that?
I'm not gonna. Yeah, he's a good guy, but it was.
What's the meme? I haven't seen this meme.
It's like some weird thing. It was like the boys don't support 1 drink minimum. It was just a bunch of like guys on like a corner, like drug dealers on a corner in America.
Yeah.
Like some weird, like you know what I mean.
That one was like me and my homies.
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
1 drink
yeah,
minimums.
yeah.
Is that what it was? They hate the
Yeah.
1 drink minimums.
Me and my homies hate 1 drink minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, I do understand both sides, but at the end of the day,
I support the other side. I think
Yeah.
there shouldn't be 1 drink minimums, but
Okay, we've heard that here first, folks.
but
You don't even support it.
Was
though.
there
I don't support it.
Yeah.
was there
But
ever a
we-
time where people came in and they weren't doing it, and you kind of were like, "Hey, man,
No,
appreciate
I
you
would
doing
just say it to them, and then if they didn't, I wouldn't care. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no
'cause in that-
security. Like, what do you want me to do? Start a fight with someone over a fucking Coke? I'm not getting paid. Like, what do you want me to do? Wait, cunt! Where's the fucking... Is that... You pissed in a glass, mate. That's not a 2. He's new, you cunt. Like,
What's the biggest altercation you had with someone?
at there,
You were being a bit of a Nazi, as you mentioned.
Never-
was there something
never had
where
an
kind of-
altercation.
No altercation.
Because if the people who hate either me or the concept of the room or whatever it is, which is not, I mean, it's a fucking boring, horrifically bad open mic. That's what the reality. But if you those people would never came. Like the people who don't like complain about it.
Because they were
God
on
love
semen
them.
retention.
God love
and they
them.
were using 100% of their brain capacity, and they were like, "We'll never support."
Most of them
something
don't
like
even
this.
go to open mic.
Yeah, 100%. The people that
Yeah.
are complaining, it's like,
I've been to every single open mic in Sydney for the past 18 months. Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
so if I tell you to buy a fucking drink,
well, I tell you to buy a fucking Sprite, cunt. You better do it. But,
Yeah, you're becoming the OG, which is crazy for such a young boy.
I got nothing else going on.
How much are you getting up?
Every night?
Dang, multiple times a night.
Nah, there's not enough in Sydney.
There's not enough in Sydney.
where do you even find time to write in between all that?
Just before I go to bed, half an hour. That's my rule.
Really?
Damn.
Half an hour? Do you ever have half an hour where you just can't do anything?
Yeah, most of the time. That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
You're staring. You're staring.
I
at your
just
phone
stare
for
at
half an
the...
hour.
No phones. I'm writing. I'm old.
Oh, you're old school.
I write
Pen
on a
and paper.
notebook.
Oh, dang.
I got like a microphone and I just pace around my room talking to myself like I'm on stage. Like,
Really?
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I find it easier to do because it's kind of fun. Like it's like I'm not crazy, but it's like screaming in your bedroom, like, "Oh, you fuck it," you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a skill in and of itself. Like, that's something mentally you have to overcome, even kind of like it's the average person. I don't think would even, I'd be paranoid my roommates would hear or something like that and be like,
Yeah.
this guy's schizophrenic.
What's
I'm
your
listening to like.
scenario? Like, where are you living as well?
I'm living in Surrey Hills. I've always been in. Moved the house. I used to live there. I was in Bonfavoe Street, and my roof started leaking with this El Nino or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, yeah.
Leaking for 3 months. It was fucked. It started leaking in one corner. They go, yeah, we fixed it, and then it started. It kept going. And I go, boys, I'm fucking taking it to court. I'm over it now.
And then they go, nudes start popping up.
Well, it's the fucking. I don't even know. It's like the dodgiest. The landlords in Sydney are fucked. But anyway,
Wait a second. Then your nudes started popping
coming
up.
out. I started coming out. But yeah, and then they go, nah, don't worry. The landlord isn't paying for it to be repaired. Everyone's got to leave. We're sacking the landlord, so you got 2 weeks. So I'm like, fuck you. I found a new house in like 24 hours, so I'm all good.
Dang.
And I talked to the other boys. They're like, nah, we haven't been told anything. I saw one of my housemates recently after I moved out, and he goes, yeah, they've moved some French chick in.
Ooh.
Like they're just.
Did you say ooh la la?
I did say I've still got a key.
You missed
I've
out
still
on
got a key. I've still got my keys.
And let's just say she showers at 8:30 pretty consistently. Everyone.
Let's just say water isn't the only thing coming through a roof.
It was fucked.
These days.
Yeah, no.
Because I remember you said, you had like a Brazilian housemate that was...
I remember
Brazilian
that.
housemate. I pretty much have so I've had Brazilian, Argentinian, Mexican, Vietnamese, Taiwanese, so China.
Hello.
Vietnamese, Korean, so...
Okay, rank.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask too, yeah.
Rank.
Now, the Argentinian, she was a female. Good. 8, 9 out of 10. Gosh. She was there for like a month because, the house, it was disgusting. There's mold everywhere. There's like pubes. The toilet seat is pubes. So she comes in, like I work, I'm never home. So I didn't see her for the first week. So I come home one day from work, the whole thing's clean. So she's like, obviously... And for the first, 6 months living there, I was I was like, fuck this. Fuck, I won't clean. And then she left real quick. She wasn't. The Mexican guy was pretty sick. I see him now in the city. We hug. Yeah, the Brazilian guy was sick. And then the recent housemates, because, I became the oldest guy in the house. So then I'm taking the bins out. And then you're coming home on a Tuesday when it's bin night and it's 11:30 and the bins are still out and you're like, fucking cunt. You
walk in like an angry dad. Why aren't these bins out?
The rules, kids. You either take your clothes off or put the bins out.
You'll pull your bloody heads.
No, but they wouldn't do the bin. They wouldn't take the bin. They wouldn't put the bin in the kitchen away. So I would go on holiday for a week, come back. The fucking thing would be piling up. The bins weren't out. No one had swept the floors. Just fucking mold. It was horrifically bad.
Yeah.
But that's inner city share house lifestyle.
Are you a neat freak?
Not really, but eventually I became for the first 6 months there I was fucking disgusted, and then eventually I was like, nah. And I spent 2 hours every Saturday cleaning the place.
Are you kidding? So other people, how many people in the house?
4, but the place now is 6. Gosh. It's so there's an outdoor the bathroom and kitchen are kind of outside. And when it rains, the water comes across the concrete. So you walk through the wet concrete and then walk it into the tile bathroom. So just mud on the floor. It's pretty fucked,
That's
bro.
disgusting.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Ah, well. It's the only time
But
in life you're going to be doing that.
$240 a week, including bills, to live in Surrey Hills.
Gosh, it's pretty expensive.
Decent. It is expensive, but it's decent.
Expensive? What world are you cunts living in? $240 a week is cheap.
Yeah, but...
Really? I think you
For
can
Surrey Hills.
Surrey Hills.
I don't want to brag,
True.
but I wear
most coveted areas of Sydney.
I'm very vintage clothes,
Which is
I work for Goldman.
dang, you're in the Surrey.
I'm in the Suzza.
You're in the Suzza.
I'm trying to start a gang.
What are you going to call yourselves?
2010 babies.
Call it out. Hey, watch out! That's the Bins Out crew. They're murdering all the households that haven't taken.
I'm right next to. I'm on a main street, right next to a safe shoot up room, and my room is like this room. So for the viewers, you're on the windows to the main street. So every like few hours, it's so funny. I'll be laying in bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, fucking dogs, fucking the police. The police in Sydney, they don't investigate anything.
Well, that's you going over your material.
Yeah, and then I wake up from a flashback.
Yeah, damn. All right. Well, I mean, it does sound lit though.
Yeah. What's the alternative? I mean, you gotta live somewhere.
That's true. How's the love life been?
No love life.
Love life. Let's go deep into it.
Nothing, bro.
I want to get a bit deep.
There's nothing going
Dating
on.
apps.
Deep.
I'm on the dating apps.
You're on the dating
Yeah, what are we on?
What are we? Yeah, what are we
Just
talking
Tinder.
about? Why just Tinder? You're not looking for anything serious.
Because if I download Grindr, then my family can see it in the app store thing. Yes.
If I download Grindr, then my dad's suspicions will become true.
I downloaded Grindr and I only got matched with the baristas from Surrey Hills. Something about grinding coffee.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
So you're not actively pursuing, you're kind of just coasting.
What
doing
can you
your
do? I do the Grindr and I don't get a single like.
Did you just become Lebanese? Bro, I do the Grindr and I don't get a single like, cuz.
I do the
Bro, I
Tinder.
don't know what this is. I've been on Grindr all week, cuz. I haven't gotten a single like, bro. I haven't got a single like since I've been on Grindr, cuz. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Habibi, why my bin's not out?
Where's that French chick? I heard she's showering in a few minutes. Boys, let's get there quick. Bro, she's already started conditioning. Quick, hurry up, bro. She's already started conditioning, cuz.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, that was
But
a
yeah,
fun bit.
on Tinder, I don't. There's nothing going. It's just depressing.
Depressing. Any matches?
No, because I don't have anything like for the 19-year-old female. I'm a loser, which is
You're looking for 19-year-old females.
Well, they don't-
19-year-old
You're
male.
still 19.
I'm 19, cunt.
You're pretty young. You're still young. Dang.
But mate, it's the Epstein juice or whatever.
Gosh, 19. That still really scares me.
It is a tricky position. You're working full time.
And I don't have 30 minutes during the week. That's not doing like I'm flat out.
What are you doing right now? Like, what's the list?
So I wake up, go to work from like 8:30 till 5, come home, have a quick shower, change. Then I got like maybe 20 minutes, and then I'm out the door at a gig until like 10. Come home, trying to be in bed by 11, so I like make lunch for the next day, right, and then go to bed.
Gosh.
It's literally there's nothing in between.
Weekends? You're doing spots on the weekend?
Yeah, on Saturday nights, weekends I just lay in bed. I don't leave.
Why? Because you're tired,
I
or?
just fucked. Because I'm a bike messenger, so I'm doing like 70 Ks a day on a push bike.
Oh, you're still working for Uber Eats?
Nah, mate, not anymore.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're just cycling out of... Wait, when you
I'm a courier for a
Oh, a courier. Right.
like delivering proper things.
Dang. Gosh, that's
Courier.
good.
What about your guys' love life? I know there's a gentleman in the next, a female in the next room.
He accidentally said it.
Someone do the laugh,
Damn,
mate.
they're going to know it's not ironic.
Do the laugh. Do the laugh.
Oh, sorry, man.
What about you?
I've got a lady.
You do.
Do I have a lady?
Why aren't you bringing it to the Crown?
I haven't actually. I haven't been to Crown in a while. I think.
Well, you're letting the team
Yeah,
down.
I am letting because what happened? Like comedy was all good. It was great. It was this fun thing, and then suddenly I just have to pay for it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is worth it.
The girlfriend.
Yeah.
Imagine doing the girlfriend experience to Crown.
Oh.
Paying like $3,000.
No, guys, I've got a
Escort-
sweet babe.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you...
She's like, no, I don't want to kiss you. But it's in the...
if you're
Like in
my
the smoke-
girlfriend,
yeah,
you
you're
would
in the-
kiss me.
You're in the smoker section of Crown. You're just like, can we have a chat? You just go, it said on the website that we can kiss and cuddle. Okay? Now, you got to do it in front of the boys. Because I'm not a loser, all right?
Meet Gavin. Meet him.
This is my friend.
This is Adam Gratch.
Wait, we
Say hi.
can kind of milk that.
We can really milk this one nicely.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's
Hello.
That's the
Hello.
girl. That's...
Hello.
Oh, that's the girl. Oh,
I was gonna say hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, what's that, Russian?
Hello. Hello, Gavin.
$3,000. Is that the girlfriend experience?
I think it might be for like an attractive...
I don't know.
lady.
I could probably get it for $1,000.
A K?
Yeah.
Really? Your mum that cheap now?
Oh, damn.
Damn.
I'm going to give that one to him. That was good.
Yes!
That was good. He got one on the board.
Damn.
He got one on the board.
That was good.
And I have to say to that, I know you are, but what am I?
Hey.
Hey, you what?
I'm going to steer clear of this, fellas.
Oh.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna steer clear of this.
Folks.
What's in this box, mate?
Uh,
A cake? You are what you eat, you fucking...
Hey. This guy has been getting up a lot.
I just have to say, takes one to know one.
Oh. Mate, get alive.
Already have one. How about you get one?
That's what my grandma used to say. I'd be like, come over, like, being bullied. She's like, mate, just go up to him and say, get alive.
That's such a grandma kind of comeback
like,
as well.
Yeah, like in year 4, they'd be like, oh, man. Like, that's so, be real fucked, you know.
Tell him to get a life. What a great generational thing.
Get
What a
alive.
great- Get a life.
Some of the things that come out of the boomer and
Oh, it's beautiful.
the mouths, it's fantastic.
Hey, Zab, that get a life one is absolutely classic.
Get alive, mate.
Can you
Work
imagine
at the Holden plant like your fucking father, mate.
It's going to be so weird when we're that, and then the young kids, they're going to be taking the piss from us. You know what I mean? But
there's going to be so much material. I reckon they're going to be a bit more sensible. They're going to be like, what are you wearing? It's going to go the other way. It's not, you can't leave the house wear a dress like that. We're going to try and leave the house for 65 wearing fucking ripped jeans. Like, yeah, let's go to the RSL and we're wearing like ripped jeans and like weird like fucking fluoro hoodies. They're like, it's going to be bizarre. I mean, I reckon my generation will all kill themselves before 65.
You think?
I genuinely believe that.
Why? Is it like a depressed generation or something? Or
Nah.
is it like depression or is it just too much? Because you seem like a 45-year-old man.
Yeah.
With your mentality.
It's all pretty bad, but I think the cure for depression is like tough and like. If my kid came up to me and was like, I'm depressed, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to make you depressed right now. Fucking, let's go.
I'll give you something to be depressed about.
Yeah. No iPad.
You like,
you know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
put on Schindler's List or something. And they're like,
Just go full neo-Nazi. They're like, yes! I'm not depressed, I'm happy. Romper Stomper's my favourite movie.
yeah, that's an interesting
I'll give you
one.
something to be depressed about. And then you just get up like a whole bunch of forums about how Jewish people are controlling the media. It's like, it's pretty depressing, isn't it?
Whoa. That's
Okay,
incredibly offensive.
Can we
man.
laugh? Can we... Okay,
Turn the
I
laugh
guess
track.
It's not even... Yeah.
Oh, what? So we're just laughing at facts now, are we?
Oh.
Do you think... So the cure for depression is actually harden the fuck up?
I think the cure for depression is like compulsory military service.
You think so?
I think it would be fucking good for society.
It would be...
might be
It
alright.
probably
We're
would
already
be
a
good for
fascist
people.
country. Why don't we just commit?
Why are we a fascist country?
Oh, mate.
Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Everyone,
this is-
we're getting into it.
What are you
folks.
talking about? Why are we a fascist?
We're getting into it. Why is
We are-
Australia a fascist country?
what do you mean? In lockdown, you couldn't leave your fucking house. We have no right, like Bill of Rights, really. The government has complete control. The human rights violations that are done by the Australian government are totally fucked.
Is it good? Or should we try not to be
Hey,
a fascist
I mean,
country?
at the end of the day, there's no really way to change it. But why don't we just commit? You know what I mean? Go.
Is this just COVID related though, or is this outside of COVID?
I don't want to get it. I'm scared.
No, get into it, please.
Yeah,
That's why we had you on. We
everything,
like-
but
we like your
COVID got
brain.
me fired up because I was like stuck in my share house for like no one else. I was just going in, man. I'm like, I watch the documentaries.
We're
I read the
strangers too. Your housemates. You don't know these
books.
people.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of bizarre. But
you didn't think just pack it up and go home?
nah, because you didn't. I got the $750 a week, so I was like, yeah, I can pay rent, and I
true.
didn't want to go home. I'd kill my family. I would have like a full mental breakdown.
Because they'll be like, no, I think it's good we're staying inside. And you're just like...
The boomer love the fact they love a bit of police brutality.
Really?
They love.
I like being locked down.
My parents love a big government telling them what to do. Oh yeah.
What were they talk? Did you have any like conflicts with them? Did you have any like heated
Well, no.
conversations?
This is the thing. You talk to them, then they can't. But it's for the Facebook feed.
Oh,
They've
you're
got-
talking on Facebook.
Well, they just see a meme on Facebook and it's like Occupy Democrat or whatever. Fuck them all. But you know what I mean. But anyway,
They see a meme on Facebook. It's a man at the beach with a huge bulge coming out of his towel.
it's the
And
boomer
he takes
memes.
it off, and it's a floaty.
The boomer memes are so funny, man.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
My dad, there's some guy, one of my dad's friends was on holiday in like Venice and sent him like a postcard saying, "See you at the Newport Arms, cunt." And to this day, my dad thinks it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to him. He's just like, "Oh, mate." He just pulls it out. He's got it in like a shoebox. He's like, "Mate, check this out."
Is it the novelty of a swear word being on a card?
Oh, yeah. Because like if it's like, the mum's got to have like a few too many wines. Because if you say like cunt in front of my mum, she's like, "That is derogatory to women."
I don't even associate the word with women. I'm not going to lie.
I never have in my entire life.
No. I associate it more with my dad hitting me. Sorry, man.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, all right. All right. 50-50. I split the room with that one.
It was really good.
But do you actually believe... Are you being serious about the fascism bit?
Yeah.
He is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, go into it.
What is to go? What do we? Well, I mean, Tower 7, but no, I can't. I don't want to start talking about. There's books that need to be
You're throwing
read.
out a lot of buzzwords,
But
but you're
you
not
can't.
giving me anything to
I know.
back it up.
I'm scared, bro. I'm scared.
What are you
I want to
scared
get a
of?
green card, bro. I want to get a green card.
Yeah, what does that have to do with?
They're out there. They're listening.
they?
I sound like a
they?
schizophrenic, but I'm just a bit scared. A
What are
lot
you
of
scared
journalists have just been like killed themselves by shooting themselves in the head twice. You know what I mean?
In
Like,
Australia.
Oh, and you think that is...
it's more America. I mean, Australia operates in terms of foreign policy as a part of America.
Yeah.
So, like, domestic policy, like, what they do to us is different. But in terms of, like, war and trade and everything, it's basically just whatever they're doing, you know? That's reality.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And you think this is transferring over into censorship?
I mean, you just have to
and
look what's
control?
happening to Julian Assange. Why the fuck hasn't old mate, whatever his name, the Prime Minister, Albanese,
Oh, yeah.
why hasn't he picked up the phone to Biden?
Why would he?
Mate, because there's someone who's exposed the good work that we did, spreading freedom and democracy. But you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm scared to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
So when you're looking at these articles and everything kind of going down that path,
Yeah.
are you kind of scaring yourself?
Yeah,
You're like, I can read this in, but I can't express it.
I went down a rabbit hole. It was so fucked because at the end of the day at work, it's 8 hours of podcast. So I did that for like 3 months.
What are you listening to?
I did the Tim Dillon archive.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And the first 30 episodes, like listening to that for 8 hours a day.
I actually think that you could probably do like scans on your brain that would show like...
He was good. He was
Psychopathy.
It was so fucked. It made me. I was like fully depressed for like a day.
How about this one? Chinese, Japanese, Albanese.
That's good.
CCP. Yeah, that is. I mean,
Listening to a lot of Tim Dillon. Is that where you're getting most of your...
Nah. But
News
he sends you in the right direction. I read the books and watched the documentaries and
that he's kind of been watching?
went to the open mics and
Yeah.
learn from the boys.
I think he's a great person. I'm a huge fan of
We
Tim Deasy.
saw him.
Yeah, we went to go see him. Yeah.
How good was that?
but he also really accentuates the issues. Like he's looking deep into them to find the funny angle.
Yeah, the old archive, he would just have like he had some woman whose son was abducted by like a CIA pedophile front company. Like he had the mother, and then he would have like the guy who wrote the book, and then he I don't know how he would get them, but he was getting the people who wrote the fucking book straight away, and they would just blow your mind of like. No, it's not like crazy concepts. It's like, John Hinckley he reckoned he tried to kill Reagan over a fucking, over a Joni Mitchell album or whatever. But in reality, he was like family friends with the Bush family, who Bush was the vice president at the time. And it's all this weird, he doesn't know what it's like that whole MK Ultra thing. And then you get into fucking, you can't make phone calls at 30,000 feet. You just go down there and
Keep
you're
going.
the steel beams are cut is what you know what I mean? Like you just
There's
keep
some
going
fucked
down
up
the
shit
rabbit
going
hole
on.
and you're like, I don't know what's true, I don't know what's not, but there's a genuine like guy who wrote this thing and now he's killed himself by strangling himself and then shooting himself in the head twice. That's the guy who wrote it. And you're like, well, maybe there's a point. Maybe maybe he said something right if they did that to him.
How about George Snailtrail?
That's pretty good. That's very good.
Anyway, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's not.
No,
that
I literally, it's crazy when you start going down.
It's
rabbit
one
hole.
of those things where it's like
it exists. It exists. The
Bro,
proof's out there.
the people. That's the thing. The people don't want to know, but people don't want to know.
Is it a scale thing? That's what freaks you out about it.
What do you mean scale? Like scale?
Because it's on a mass scale. We're talking about affecting millions of people's lives.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what they're doing.
yeah.
And it's a fact. We know shit's going on.
We know. I mean, we know they lied about weapons of mass destruction. We went there. We know. I mean, that's the whole Julian Assange thing. We see what happened over there. What we basically did over there.
But at the end of the day, the Western world that we're living in we're all pretty sweet. We're living pretty good, right? So it's almost like utilitarian. They've got to make one decision. They're doing something, and it's kind of perpetuating.
But
us
that's the
living
thing.
pretty
It's
good.
like with the bailout in 2008 or whatever, when the mortgage crisis, right? It's like, we should. I mean, we bailed out the fucking Goldman Sachs, and they all paid $1 million bonuses to their guys, while the average. I don't know the Australian stats, but I know like the average American net worth went down by 40% or something crazy. But then again, if you didn't, then there'll be like the ATMs would run out of money, and I don't know. Man, I don't know. I'm an idiot. I don't know what's going on.
So you're worried about getting lied to, or is it like a humanitarian thing?
It's
You're
more a
scared
humanitarian thing, I think.
Yeah, you're just scared for the people.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah.
It's interesting as well, like the Western world, I've seen a bunch of memes, they're calling it like the soy countries, like the soy boy countries.
interesting, yeah.
Australia, New Zealand, England, America, Canada. Because everyone's so soft and saturated with irony now. And it's like, is
over.
this some weird psyop?
We're coming to the end, bro.
Over, coming to the end. Why? What's going to happen? What's the end going to look like?
Kidding, bro?
What's the end going to look like?
China could fuck us so bad.
I think we're sweet with China.
You reckon?
Yeah, China.
Although you look at like you'd think like Russia would have just dominated Ukraine in a week, and they're still going. Like they're still holding out. But then again, a Ukrainian, like they're not fucking around with they're not going to political meetings at Newtown Town Hall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no. You know what I mean?
What do you think it actually looks like?
What
The future where it all ends.
Well, it looks like.
Let's talk about China a little bit.
No,
as well, going
no.
into that.
I don't think it's going to be so long that it's like you won't really notice. But then if you look back, like at 50 years previously, like that's different. If you look back 50 years from now, like the middle class doesn't really exist anymore. But back in the day, you could be a fucking whatever and like have a steady blue collar job and you buy a house, support a wife and 3 kids. But nowadays you can't do that. That's just the facts.
That's
so
that's the end. That's what you mean.
So
by the end.
it'll just. I mean, it's like if like the British Empire was fucking the dominator, but now it's not. But in Britain, like, it'll be different. In fucking Syria, they'll experience difference when we decline. But in fucking Australia and America, it won't feel different.
But it'll just be like people just can't survive, and then the rich just have an absurd amount of money. Is that?
I wonder if
is that
will
kind of
happen.
what you mean?
But I reckon there might be a revolution or something, or we might just go full fascist 1984. I don't know, man. Who cares?
Revolution,
I
would
just
that be from the
blow my
people who
brains
just
out.
can't afford to live anymore?
Well,
I
when
guess
people,
is that
when people can't,
As you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
started speaking over me, who cares, man? I'm just fucking blowing my brains out. It is a good option, and it's nice to know.
hey, man,
You can blow your brains out.
it's
Yeah.
not that serious. You can just end it real quick.
It's a nice
Yeah.
thing to know.
And we're like, I don't have like kids or a wife or anything.
Wait a second. You what?
I do. I have multiple children.
No, you want to or you don't want to? I guess you have
I
a pretty.
would want to. I would want to, but
would want to.
at the time, right now, I don't. So like, if I died, it's like I'm not like letting anyone down.
I guess your family.
Yeah, but what do we?
Would it? Is there any?
Hey, Hugh, you got people around here that love you, man.
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not
no,
like
no, it's a
I'm
funny
all
joke.
good, but I'm just like the world did end, and I got hit by like a meteor, or whatever. Got killed. It's like, oh well, it doesn't matter. Like
I think
life's
most
so
young
meaningless.
people, like if the world was about to end, they would kind of have a bit of a smile. They'll be like,
I would
"That's
love it.
hilarious." That
I'm
would
so
be kind
down.
of funny.
You'd kind of be like, oh, this is kind of cool. I feel probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it'd be terrifying. Everyone
There's just a gun in that box.
And you're like, yeah, so anyway, I don't really know. And you just...
Sudoku,
Yeah, I really know
Sudoku, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. That'd be very beautiful. Also, in the future, we're probably going to be doing this podcast in Mandarin. So that'll be...
This is Mandarin, bro. Where have you been?
But going deep into this...
Nah, I can't go too deep. Let's talk about our penises.
Okay, what are we working with?
Oh, yeah, we're really not talking about too deep now.
I want to make sure it doesn't cut your head out.
No, because the thing is, Hughie, you've got expertise in this certain thing, bro.
Oh, but this is the thing. I'm scared.
We'll talk about... Let's talk about what you're not scared to talk about.
We can talk about penises with
I'm not scared
Chris
to talk
Knight.
about.
We're
just
going
avoid
into conspiracy theory.
Let's talk about just philosophy in terms of what actually matters. Should we be trying to uncover these?
Yeah, I'm glad you're asking an expert.
This is your expertise.
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't think it is.
You're going to be the guy in the future. Do you think you kind of want to run for some sort of office or get involved a little bit more heavily into politics?
That is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Or even
It's
like
a waste of time.
be
You can't achieve anything the traditional political route is. No, I'm joking.
going another route though. Will you be like the man on the street with a microphone getting... I guess you're probably going to do it with comedy a little bit.
I don't want to be a politician. What a waste of life that is. Seriously, what are you achieving? You're just part of a body politic that's controlled by various intelligence blackmail operations, various lobbyist groups, various pictures that they've got of you doing this, that, and the other thing to make you vote in a certain way.
Sure, there's some black females in there too.
Of course, you know. But and then what's the alternative? You just be like run as an independent and not get voted. The only way to get into power is to join the major political parties. Then you're fucked. You can't do anything. What are you going to start your own fucking genuine logical political party that's not beholden to Epstein Island photos?
But it's not one person that controls it. It's not
No, it's a network of intelligence groups and
but not even intelligent groups. It's just
intelligent
part of society. Like you can share ideas. You can be like, oh, I found this thing. This makes me really happy. I can share it with someone. Maybe that'll enrich their life. And then you create like a society around that, and then it bubbles up.
That's I guess I don't know. That seems simplistic a little bit. To be totally...
Yeah. Because your thing is so complex. You have no control over this. Why don't you focus on what you can control?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But it's like, yeah, I would love to be able to think, okay, I'm making cereal now. Okay, I'm drinking a coffee now. Okay, I'm going to work at the call center now, and I hope I sell people a Greenpeace subscription. Okay, I'm coming home now. I'm making the microwave meal. That episode of Seinfeld was fantastic. Now it's time for bed. That's not me.
You'd rather live in the...
You're a thinker.
I am.
Yeah.
You're a thinking man.
I'm a philosophical genius.
That's what we like about you, young boy.
Yeah, that is what
we like that you're a thinker.
I think occasionally.
Get your thoughts out there. You had a podcast that kind of went for a little bit.
Yeah, I just deleted them.
You just did? Why?
Yeah, I want
out of fear or what?
I don't know. I kind of I don't know. I'm just a little scared.
You're a little bit scared lately.
Out of fear? No, not that. I'm just... frightened.
A little scared, man.
You know what else is funny? Scared. Like you'll be like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about this, and then you kind of look at the camera a little bit, and you're like, no, I'm scared. I don't want to talk about this. And then and then there's just some people in the future watching this back, say it, Hughie, say something. And then we're keep going, and they're like, good sausage boys.
Let's go. What are you actually scared of?
Say
something right now that you're going to have there's going to be consequences for, that you think is going to end up with you, on the news, being like, oh yeah, local comedian Hughie Phillips shot himself last night.
I'm not big enough for that. You got to be onto something.
So you shouldn't be too scared.
No, I'm scared about applying for the green card, and they're just never going through because they take one search and it's oh, he's not a fan of the Central Intelligence Agency. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And being oh, he's, Can
that happen?
100% it can happen.
Right.
So you're worried that they're going to look at you as a
It's
radical?
not going to affect my life, but if really bad, but if I'm trying to get a green card, join like a government institution later in life as a career or something, like try and be a cop or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
What does your career look like?
This is the scary thing.
He's going to get a green card. He's going to go become a cop in the States.
This is the key thing with comedy now. It's like, I feel like if you were doing comedy in the 80s or 90s and you like did open mics for 10 years, if you got onto TV and people could see it's like your stuff was out there, you already had a career, so you're all good. But nowadays, with the, like, we're doing a podcast. All three of us are like unironically bad open mic comics.
Yeah.
Realistically, none of us are going to make it in like anything. And like,
you're pessimistic.
no, I'm
dude.
not
I like it.
pessimistic.
I like it.
No.
Keep going.
I hope we all do, and we, I know I am. No, no, but really, and then in like 10 years, like,
You're like, seriously,
10
you should
years.
see these guys act.
yeah,
They're
10
not
years
funny.
you're gonna try. Like, I'm gonna try and like go to uni and join like a corporation and like live a decent life or whatever, and you might do the same thing or something else. But instead of like, they just put in your name and then they're like, here's 50 hours of him talking about Tower 7, like really angrily, and then talking about how like ASIO's evil, and like talking about like the Broad Arrow Cafe, does it all make sense? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if it's too bad.
But you couldn't do that back in the day. Like, we're the first pilot test to see what happens in the future, really. Because everything's online. Now, like, the worst thing you can happen if you called into, like, Ray Hadley and just said, like, a racial slur. But even then, like...
then you're just the funniest guy I know.
yeah, well, all done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
So you're a bit scared.
I just...
Do you think you're going to be a famous comedian? We've had a few comics on lately, and everyone's basically saying, "Oh, of course not, of course not, of course not."
Yeah, but they all
I'm starting
believe
to
it
hear that
deep
more and more.
down.
Do you think they do?
They all do believe it deep down. I'm going to say, of course not, but I believe what happens. If you say, yeah, I think I'm going to be a famous comedian, you seem like the biggest cunt, because we know how many delusional psychopaths are in the Sydney comedy scene that we know that are like talking about, yeah, my plans to go to America. I just talked about getting a fucking green card. I'm really talking about me. This is like Shutter Island, like I'm going Inception, like talking about delusional comedians, and then it's actually me. But you know what I mean? This is what's happening. Everyone doing open mics who's like below 21 wants to be a 21, 25 or whatever. There's like people in their 40s and 50s who are doing it, and they're like, obviously, I'm not going to make it. This is just a bit of fun. But anyone like in their 20s and teens doing comedy, I mean, why the fuck would you do it if it wasn't to like finally be able to get laid and like people like...
Is getting laid a part of it for you, or is it like the infamy?
That's why I'm so scared.
I don't know what to do when it finally happens.
The ladies don't like conspiracies.
No, mate, I love it. Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same
And what
time...
prospects do I have?
A lot, dude.
Yeah.
A lot. I think you're very pessimistic about what the...
No, but it's good. I like how pessimistic you are.
Do you look back on what you've already done in life and you're like, oh, damn, that was actually sick? Have you ever had to stop and smell the roses?
Occasionally, but I don't enjoy it. I can't live in the moment. I've never been able to live in the moment in my entire life. For me, it's always about achieving some fucking crazy goal that probably will never happen. I spent all of my years in high school completely shutting out all ends of like social. I had no social life because I wanted to be a pro cyclist, right?
Oh, yes.
So I shut my day. I was up at 4:30 every morning, just fucking.
I know why you're such an old soul, because you've already had the career and seen what has happened, kind of.
And it just never worked out.
You've seen a failed career, a solid failed career.
Well,
You've
you know what
given
it
your all.
is? I've seen myself like as a 16-year-old boy being like, oh, I hope I never quit, and like I really hope I make it, and you're just like praying, you got your fingers crossed. And then now I'm like, oh, I didn't make it. You know,
It's like the next scene of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like know that these dreams and fantasies that you have, and you convince yourself that you're on some fucking you're living in like a Truman Show movie, and you're one day people are going to be talking about these parts of your life, but in reality, you're probably going to end up in a call center. Like that's just.
You are Tim Dillon. You are Tim Dillon.
That's my reality.
But
like, what am I gonna? I can't go to uni and do a finance degree and sit with all the other people and be like, yes, we should fucking steal from the poor, and I can't live that life. Well, I mean, maybe I'd like join. I think maybe joining the police would be fun, but then again, I'm like, fuck, I'm not like a big fan of like fascist government. But then again, it would be fun. But and then like,
I love this boy.
And then like,
yeah, you are killing it. You're in the sweet spot, baby boy, right now.
What am I gonna do? Like fucking be a nurse? Like, I'm too dumb to be a doctor, or like they would never let me join ASI or whatever because I haven't drunk the Kool-Aid. I know it's all fucking bullshit. Maybe they want that. I don't know. But like, what else am I gonna do? Like my dad. I mean, I just can't. He works. He worked in like this boat building. He's worked in the same factory since he was like 18.
Oh, he's actually a classic.
And you're just
example,
like, just classic Aussie working class bloke who's just like same suburb pretty much. Born in, same, living there now, raised the kids there now, worked there, gone through all like the sport clubs there, just down at the RSL with the boys having a beer, and that's been his life, and he's 67 now, and it's like, realistically he's only got 15 years left or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's his life, man.
Is he happy?
It's very happy. He's so happy. But
so what's the...
No, but it's not good.
I can't do that, man.
Yeah.
There's just nothing there. I want to be like, I want people, I want to be like, yeah, you knew Hughie Phillips.
So your kind of point of view is that you're doomed. No. Because
But you know what it is?
Here's
the thing. No, here's the thing. The journey is the best part, but with the journey, you can't enjoy the journey. I can't enjoy the journey. By the time I look back on times when I was trying to make it as a pro cyclist and had days and I'm like, they were fucking great. They were the best days of my life, training with my mates or on training camps or whatever the fuck it was, crazy races, shit happens. I did well or badly or whatever. I look back on them as like great times. But in the time, like you fucking hate it. You don't want to be there. The journey is what life's about, but I can't enjoy the journey. I'm always thinking about the end goal. But I know that when I get to the end goal, I'm going to fucking top myself because I didn't enjoy the journey. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to kill myself in 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Can't you look back and be like, dang, isn't that the nice thing about finally
but
making
for 5
it? You can
minutes. You sit there for 5 minutes and smoke a cigarette and you're like, yeah, that was fun. Oh, now I've got to do, you can't maybe if you when you die, you can have a good maybe that's what life's about, that last 5 minutes of just oh yeah, I had a fun time that time on the Saturday night. It was pretty good with the boys. Went to the brothel after. That was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I did one too many bag.
I don't know about that though. I honestly think that most people, when you finally make it, that's when you can kind of be like, finally take.
But this is the thing. This is what I felt. This is what I felt with my sport thing. You think like that, you're like, oh yeah. When I was talking about, when I retire, when I won the tour, or whatever.
You literally
the delusion of mental illness was incredible. It really is. It still is. I mean, the reality is, people listening to this now going, this guy's such a fucking delusional, psychotic fucking retard, and you're right. That's the reality, and that's the reality of most people that I know. I mean, good luck to everyone. I hope everyone has a great career. But realistically, look at the. But anyway, I remember thinking back in my future. I'm gonna retire at 37 or whatever it is. I'm gonna have some gorgeous Italian supermodel wife and 2 kids who are fucking paying. Whatever. You just live the classic lifestyle. Yeah. But if I can. He missed the goal on Saturday, cunt. You know what I mean? Just the classic Aussie bloke, mate. Nah, but
Yeah.
I'm lost, but
no, you were talking about your future. You're this.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
Italian
about
wife,
that.
your
I was
kids,
thinking
yeah.
about that now, and now I know that wasn't going to happen. So all that, basically lived mentally, you're totally wrong, and that's probably what I'm living now. It's the same shit, but I just can't accept that I'm going to end up working, at a fucking Bunnings, you know what I mean? Talking about nail lengths. Being
yeah. You don't want to be the guy kind of...
Mate, this is good PVC.
You don't want to be...
Oi, I can't. You got to get the 6 mil PVC, you're fucked. I know, that's me.
Yeah.
That's
You're
my
68
life.
years old, still working at Bunnings.
So being the guy, you work at Bunnings, you got a loving family...
And what you've had this career of trying to be a comedian, and
but you know how embarrassing that's going to be. You're going to be like the homeless uncle at the Christmas who's still living. We know guys who's 40 living in share houses, and you're just like, good God love him, but I mean, I would. That's when I'll kill myself at 35. I think that's.
Bro, you got to
number.
stop saying you're gonna kill
No, I
yourself.
like it.
No. I like it too. I like it too. But
I'm
the
just
problem
gonna
is,
go wild. Okay, no. Here's one of my plans.
Bro,
Let's
hear me
hear it.
out. Here's the problem.
Let's
If
hear
you
it.
keep
Let's
saying
hear
it,
it.
they're
hear
gonna
it.
listen to this and then they're gonna do it and they're gonna be like, well, listen back, and everyone listens back to the Sausage Boys podcast and they're like, I did say it.
Let me kill myself, cunt. Leave me alone.
Let's go.
Don't feel bad, you fuck.
You're not going to kill yourself. I'm saying they are going to kill you, and they're going to be like,
yeah.
Let's hear the process though. Like when you kind
Okay,
of
here's my vision for the future. So I don't know. I just fucking do comedy, and then like at 35, I'm like, yeah, this obviously nothing's happening here. And then what am I going to be, a bike messenger for the next 20 years? Like I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll just blow my brains out.
35, blow your brains out. There's
35.
people going
That's
to
why I
Crown.
smoke
Gavin's
now.
still there. They're like,
I'll
oh,
quit smoking when I
Gavin,
know
where's
I've got a
Hughie?
life.
I haven't seen him this week. He's like, oh, I don't know. And then that's the end of it.
But really, it doesn't make it. No one cares. We're all meaningless, fucking. Like really.
35 though, you haven't really given yourself a chance, especially in the art of comedy. That's the thing.
But yeah, I feel like realistically, you'll know. Like you'll know after like 7 years doing comedy if you've got a life. There's any way of potentially doing this professionally.
I don't think so. I think most comedians I look up to were probably in their mid-30s and being like, I have achieved nothing.
But think about it. What about the people? But they are in their mid-30s achieving nothing, but they're getting up and fucking destroying, but no one who knows who they are. We know people who that's their story, but instead of getting up and fucking destroying, they get up and fucking bomb every time. And they're like, yeah, man, Mark Norman talks about being nobody at 32. You know, he had nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, Jerry Seinfeld had nothing until Seinfeld. Yeah, but he was doing spots at the fucking Comedy Store every night and destroying and headlining. And you're like the same age being like, yeah, same thing, man. Rodney Dangerfield, he didn't make it till he was 45. Yeah, but he was funny.
Would you rather be funny or successful?
Funny.
I like that.
Yes. So
100%.
then why would you be depressed at that age if you were...
Yeah, let's say you're 35, you're still working in a call center, you're a murderer.
Every time you get on stage...
I won't kill myself.
Okay, as long as you're murdering.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
As soon as you start to become unfunny, then it becomes an issue.
Well, I don't even know if I'm funny now. That's the issue.
You're
I think
funny.
you're hilarious. Every comic that comes on throws you up in the list.
Yes!
Do you know what I mean?
It's good for the
Literally.
ego. It's nice to hear. I
It is
love
nice for the ego.
People, yeah, it is good to hear when people go, that was good. I did a spot on Saturday night a few weeks ago, and this drunk woman comes up to me and goes, "You were the best. You should have been headlining." I'm like, yeah.
You're like, thanks, I'm single too.
Yeah, no, she was horrific.
She was horrific.
No, she was great. She was good. But you know when like someone's really, you're like basically sober and someone's hammered,
Yeah.
and they're trying to talk to you, and you're just like, okay, good stuff.
Still, it comes from somewhere.
Someone getting a phone call.
Yeah, it's my friend
Pick it up.
from a skit we did, and I don't answer it.
You want to slide up? You want to
We could.
you want to ask him if Huey's funny? But you are making waves. Like you're getting there. You're putting in progress and everything. And
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
just
just-
trying, man.
So you're just saying it's a hindsight thing. It gets to the point you're like, I've put so much time into this. You are enjoying the steps as you go.
Yeah, I am. I look back and I'm happy, but I'm depressed when I look forward. But I only look forward. You have to look forward. But to look forward, I get depressed when I look forward. I don't know, man. It's all meaningless.
I think it's tricky to not look too far forward. I think it's important to kind of look probably like 2 weeks forward.
Yeah, and that's healthy.
And then kind of like a few months.
But
I used to
realistically-
be like you looking like a few years ahead, especially like when you are young. It's like, okay, I'm getting close to 30. I'm getting close to this. I'm getting close to that.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. It's
How many? 8 years before you kill yourself at 35.
Yeah, I got 8 years left.
8 years.
Like
That's
I'm
what-
at an actual point when I was 19. Like I was, it's crazy
But
how
I-
young you are. I had no idea what I was doing at all. I was at university doing.
Yeah, but I've always, my whole
course I
life,
didn't wanna
it's
do.
always, from like 12, I've been in my mind, okay, I'm going to be a fucking pro cyclist, or I'm going to be this, that, the other thing. I've never lived not being like, my whole life is dedicated. Like, I'm doing the same shit that I did with cycling now. Like, now, I don't have any life outside of comedy, and and school, or like, work is the adult equivalent. I don't have anything outside of that going on. And it was the exact same with school. Like, I just went to school and trained. And that was literally like same shit. Like I wouldn't have half an hour during the week where I was the same shit. I'm living the same life, just two different like coats of paint. As Charles Manson would say, greatest philosopher of all time, he goes, you cannot capture peace, you cannot capture freedom and you cannot fight for peace, which I think is genius. And he also said something like, in history, there's no such thing as like progress. It's only like change with like different coats of paint. Like I'm paraphrasing, but nothing in life ever changes. It's always going to be the same. Like you're always going to be depressed. If you're depressed now, you're always going to be depressed. But you're going to be like, oh, I'm looking back, how dumb. I was depressed back then. How stupid was that I was depressed about that? But now I'm depressed about something that's really important. That's my life.
I don't know about that though. I think most people, especially in kind of the mindset that you have, a lot of their depression comes from not being where they want to be. And I find a lot of entertainers in particular, when they start kind of actually achieving more, they're like, I just legitimately am happier now because I'm slowly reaching my goals. I really think, and I feel you're one of those people as well. Like, you know someone who's legitimately depressed when it's kind of like, oh, I have good things going on. I'm just miserable.
Yeah,
I can't even tell you why.
Yeah,
you can kind of like put a name to every reason why you're feeling the way you are.
Yeah,
and if you actually start having success, and if you like start to become a touring comedian, opening up for big acts that are coming in, I think you're going to be a pretty happy dude.
I hope so.
You're always going to have this fieriness, and you're going to have this worry about the state of the universe, but I feel you're actually going to be happy.
That's right, boys.
We're all going to make it.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like hearing kind of a young perspective.
Yeah.
Like
I feel I don't relate to my generation in any way though, so it's probably very.
What's the most 19-year-old thing that you do? Because you're a teenager, which is crazy.
That's
But this is the thing.
That's insane.
But this is, I've never, I don't go to, I moved out at 17. I was living in like an inner city share house at 18.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been working since the week I finished high school.
Yeah.
Like full time. Like I went basically from full. I've never done anything. I went to a year 12 formal recently. That was probably.
I was even thinking it'd be crazy to think about like there's like O Week at a university and everyone's getting to know each other kind of thing. Like if you were hanging around that. It just doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
What about O Week and the students are all orgasming? Something there. The formal, I think we have to hear a little bit about
we
this.
do.
You went to a year 12
I
formal.
went to a year 12 formal.
Who was the date?
Just a sister of a friend of mine. He went as well with her friend.
Yeah.
We went. It was bizarre, man.
Hey man, can I bone your sister?
Yeah. Hit the clap, mate.
This is good. I hope Vishal's watching because he never once pressed a button when he told us to.
That's right.
So you go with.
Oh, wait, yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was funny, like, initially for, like, 20 minutes, and then you're like, oh, this is depressed. Like, they wouldn't let you out for a cigarette. You'd like a nightclub atmosphere with, like, the loud music and there's no alcohol. And you're just like, ugh.
How were the conversations?
Really, really, they were all right. But it's like, you know, they start talking about they want to study law next year, and I'm like, oh.
Did you break it down to anyone like that you've kind of been doing now?
No.
Doesn't lead to fucking anything, mate.
How many times did you say blow
It's
your
all
brains
right.
out at 35 to a young high schooler?
I didn't say it, but I got close. Yeah. But we left. We had to leave. We tried to leave, and they go, no. It was so funny. We just start walking, and the security guard goes, no, you can't leave till 11 because they didn't want afters because they, you know.
Yeah.
We got breathalyzed on the way in. It was just fucking bizarre atmosphere. I tried to bribe him. I was like, all right, I'm going to bribe him. $5? That's too much. That's too little. Do you want $20?
Oh, dang.
And you're like, no, I don't need money. I'm like, okay. And then we went to the principal, and we're like, yeah, we got like a really important like running meet tomorrow morning in Canberra. We've got to get up real early to drive down. We've got to go.
And you got.
And then she goes, so what were your dates' names? I couldn't remember. So I'm like, yeah. And then my mate's like, oh, okay. It was fucking. And then as we were walking down the stairs, I pull out a cigarette and put it in my mouth and light it as we're leaving. And they just give us the dirtiest look like, oh.
Yeah, because you're in a fucking high school. Was it at a high school?
No, it was like at a
community centre. Kind of thing.
yeah,
yeah.
At a nice venue.
And we just went to the pub. And then you just realise that these adults and children, they don't change. These boys coked up, they come up to us, they're like, mate, I'm a scaffolder, check out these photos. And they just start showing you scaffolding photos.
You saw the pure
and it's like
contrast.
this cunt was just showing me his Lego now. He's like, mate, this is fucked. I'll cut my finger real bad. You know, it's like, show, look at my scar. You know what I mean? There's no difference. People don't grow up. It's all a lie.
I was thinking about that too as well today. Like, how everyone that has kids, parents are just dumb. You don't realize it when you're a kid. Then you grow up and you're like, oh yeah, my dad's just like me. He made fucking mistakes and like da-da-da, all this shit. And it just doesn't change. But it's kind of awesome as well to know that one day, like we grow up, if we have kids, we're just going to be dumb as fuck. But your kid's going to look at you like you are God. You know fucking everything. And yeah. And it's kind of beautiful, I think, that we don't change. And it's all comes down to like perspective and hope. Which...
Hit the clap.
I don't think you know what the clap means.
The clap means everyone's agreeing. Yeah, I don't know. I think most people are kind of like, oh well, like, when I get older. That's the funny thing that's still going through my head. It's like the when I get older, and I'm starting to see how my mind and my brain is changing as I actually get older, and just taking more responsibility, having a different outlook. Like it can happen. People can change if they want to.
Oh, mate, just look at Spaniard, mate. People change, mate. Look at Spaniard.
What are your thoughts on Spaniard?
Oh, mate, he's a fucking beast, mate. I love him.
Yeah. You like him?
Oh, he's so funny. I love him.
Think it's a good influence?
No, of course not. But it's just like it's just pure. Just it annoys the boomer. They don't get it. They're like, he's got the tats. He's a criminal, mate. He's a fucking low life dog. You know.
Yeah. Has your dad said anything about Spaniard?
Dad, they don't know. They don't know who Spaniard is.
Would you want to show them Spaniard?
They wouldn't. They don't even. They would be like, nah, this is shit. It's so depressing. I've tried to like show my parents like comedy that's good. I tried to show my parents Bill Hicks one time.
Might need to change the baddie boy.
Oh yeah. Jump in.
The baddie boy.
So your parents aren't digging old school comedy?
They don't dig any comedy, man. Les Patterson. You know him? No. Sir Les Patterson. You know Barry Humphries?
I've heard of Barry Humphries.
It's his character he plays. That's the Australian ambassador. It's so funny, man.
Right, and your parents are digging that.
They loved it, and they showed me, and I thought it was fantastic.
You enjoyed it? First time seeing it?
It was fucking good.
That's really nice when, like, again, older parents can show you, the younger generation, something that you really dig.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've always... Like, I hate modern music, to be totally frank.
You don't like any modern groups that are out there?
No.
None.
Maybe like a few bands, but they're like they do old school. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like the new music now. Okay, culture now is totally fucking destroyed. There's no one can think individually. No one's an individual. Most people have like are clinically retarded.
Okay.
Like genuinely.
Yeah.
95% of people in society are brain dead morons.
Okay, interesting.
Like they're just dumb.
Yeah.
They can't think for themselves. They're just idiots.
Do you think it's always been like that though?
Of course.
Right. So,
but now you've got the iPhone, you've got the information at you, and now they're like, now they're learning, and they're still got the brain of a moron.
Interesting.
But now they're like,
they have the information.
That's why there's so many like in society. There's the fucking far right retards who are like, fucking, every fetus is God's child, and then there's the far left who are like just the same thing, but like, you know what I mean? So they're the morons of like but back in the day, just be the village and you just plowed your field and you were just like, fuck. You'd
still have your opinion.
You'd have your opinion.
Yeah.
But now there's like groups, you know what I mean? And now, but I don't think maybe you didn't have the opinion because the church would just tell you what to think maybe, or maybe not. Maybe just come up with some dumb idea like, the flat or whatever the fucking thoughts they would have, or the the stars are gods or whatever, which are probably true, but now you can like they give you the talking points so you can scream at each other. Like we could like here's the thing, it doesn't matter what you politically think, it doesn't matter what I politically think. We could have like a fiery political debate each side. Give me half an hour. You give you half an hour. Read the left wing talking points. I'll read the right wing talking points. We could have an argument that could like go in circles. Like the talk. It's just dumb.
I don't.
And it's designed so that there is no solution. That's why it's designed. That's what it's designed for. So the left pro-choice, right? Which I support that too. Yeah. I'm all for that. But also pro-vaccine mandate. Whereas the right, anti, pro-life or whatever,
Yeah.
but freedom of vaccine choice. It doesn't make any sense. See, I'm pro-choice, but I also don't think the government should tell us how to fucking shoot what you should put in your arm. Yeah. That should just be the left but the left has been engineered now to go away from fighting for the working man, right, and to be fighting for dumb shit that corporations who fuck the average person over on a daily basis can just be like, yeah, we've got a gender quota, man. Don't worry about it. We're for you. And then they're left alone by the socialists. The socialists should be burning down those buildings, you fuck. It doesn't matter what fucking, what welcome to country you do before, opening the stock market and ruining people's lives. You're an evil cunt.
What has changed? Like, why? Where has the pivot gone? Like, for the left?
I wonder.
Like, what actually was that moment where it's like, okay, we hate corporations, we hate big everything, we hate.
Well, I mean, that's why I think that's why they killed JFK.
Right.
Because he was trying to disband the intelligence community, disband the CIA, or like Franklin D. Roosevelt. He had this during the war. He did a speech, and he's like, "America, we need a second Bill of Rights. Every American should have the right to health care. Every American should have the right to a job, right to a house, all that shit." Died, Now, if you came out now and quoted his speech, they'd call you a communist. But that was an American president in the 40s who was loved by the people who said that. It's a push. It's genius because at the end of the day, the media is controlled by the same corporations, and at the end of the day, you don't even need the corporations. What happens is that's all Epstein's about, baby. It's all about getting a photo of you doing coke or doing something naughty, and now we own you. So now the CIA, they say the business of America, and when you say America, you really can talk about Australia in the same breath. The business of America is business, right? So when the CIA is protecting America, they're protecting big business. I mean, the CIA was founded by big corporations and the Jewish and Italian mafia. That's just a fact.
Was there a Jewish mafia?
Of course, bro. They're fucking. They're up there. Good
Damn.
boys. Good boys.
Did you know this?
I'm thinking about a funny pun.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's what the CIA is founded on, and they just put, you read the books. I mean, you see that the Bush family was all involved with the CIA. They were involved with the babe. You look at how guys who like the guy, what's his name? I know that someone wrote a book on it that's very good called The Devil's Chessboard, but it's about the guy who was fired from the CIA by Kennedy, right? And then when Kennedy's killed by obviously the CIA, he is put on the head of the commission report to find who killed. I don't know. He's been fired from the CIA. He's not involved with the intelligence community officially anymore, which we know is a complete lie. And now, out of nowhere, he's put on the head of the group to try and figure out who killed Kennedy. Know what I mean?
No, I'm literally. It's a lot to take in.
It's pretty cooked.
It's a lot
What's
to
his
take
name?
in.
I can't remember.
I lost you for a little bit because I'm trying to think of Jewish mafia jokes. I legitimately was going through
the Jewish
all
mafia
the
is crazy, man. You should look at they're pretty cool.
Probably the last exactly a minute, I've just been thinking Godfather, Goodfellas. I'm trying to think about all the mob movies and trying to find some sort of pun that relates to Judaism, and I haven't been able to.
We'll have a brainstorming session and we'll name the name of the episode that. And then when people get to this point, they'll be like, "Oh, that's why it's called."
Oh, that's pretty funny.
All right. So
I do apologize. I didn't really catch.
It's all good.
The last minute.
I was just gonna say all this corruption has come from money and power over other people. Thinking it really boils down to like capitalism, having power, having liquid. Kind of
having control, but then I can't really think of a better way. What are you like? No.
You mentioned the idea of that the president was like, okay, you have access to this, and this, and you'll be called a communist.
This is the issue.
But that is technically communism, though.
No, but here's the thing: what they're trying to do to everyone, they're trying to make you. Oh, that point you made that point. That must mean you're a far right radical. You made that point. That must mean you're a left wing radical. I'm a radical centrist. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if you want to start a business and work really hard, and get to the top and live in a nice house and drive nice cars, go for it. And you should be able to, and you should be able to put in the work. And if you work harder than someone else, like, and come up with a great idea, you should be able to, cash in on that. But also, you can't fuck over everyone else in the process. You can't leave people behind. We can't rape and pillage parts of the world to get there.
That's kind of fascist. That idea is fascist. In and of, by definition.
Which idea?
Having, you should be able to work. You should be able to get this power or this money. You should be able to, set your life up how you want. But what you do with that power and your resources has to adhere to what I think.
No. The laws are there. The laws are there. Like the Geneva Convention's there.
But you shouldn't be able to break those laws.
Yeah, but we just break it on a daily basis like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like the law doesn't apply to the elites.
Is that ever going to change though? Is that impossible?
Well, I think it's impossible through our political system.
Is it a political thing, or is it boiled down to a human thing?
Yeah.
Because it's the idea the communism. It's a great idea in theory, but it literally will never work because people can't.
But that's communism.
I'm
not talking about communism. I'm talking about not invading Iraq. And not like Lockheed Martin,
But that's the problem. They
not
get to the
killing
top.
500,000 civilians. You know what I mean?
They look at their options and they're like, "This is the route we have to take."
But is that for their stock prices and the photos of blackmail photos that they've been taken of them? That's the route they have to take for that and to keep the family power, or is it the best option to take for fucking John Smith who works at the Holden plant?
Both. Because
No.
if we don't do this is going to fuck up everyone's way of life.
No way.
Well, how would we even know that? They're making crazy decisions. I'm not saying it's right. I couldn't
Bro,
make
the
those
Iraq war
decisions.
plans went across the Pentagon desk on September 10. We don't need to start these things that have happened. No.
But what reason are they doing it for then?
What are you talking? It's the fucking Dick Cheney, who was the head of Halliburton, the CEO of Halliburton before being the vice president. They wanted to do an oil pipeline in Afghanistan. Now, a lot of people say that isn't why they invaded, right?
Yeah.
But you think, they're invading Afghanistan. This guy, they talk about the revolving door in America between the political system and corporations and big business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just quickly, Dick Cheney is just some guy and he rocks up he's like, "Guys, check out my new chain." Oh, that's really cool, man. Yeah, this is a penis. And this is a penis. This is a penis.
Yeah.
They're all dicks. And I'm wearing a chain.
Dick
Dick Cheney.
I thought it was gonna be Dick Cheney, and he has just a really cool chain. It's like, okay, I love it, but put some pants on.
What about a guy and he's just chain smoking? Like, who's that?
You is not enjoying this.
No, I just
Let's go back to the real.
No, I just want to preface. I want to preface if anyone's listening.
Well, of course not. He just said the deepest shit, and then we made three bad.
No, I
jokes.
just I don't know. I could be so wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not a. Don't think know what's going on in any way. I've read a few books, and and watched a documentary while on my phone at the same time. This is the extent.
No,
of what
100%. But you've put more time into it than I have, and that's why I want to challenge your opinions. So you give me the answer, and that will grow my understanding of this thing.
Yeah,
I think the angle that I have, it comes down to human nature, which really can't
bro,
be changed.
100%.
I think it's all happened. It's all happened before. Nothing is new. Corruption's always going to be there on every single level.
Bro.
And
that's
no
literally
way
what Charles
to change
Manson said.
it.
That's what I'm saying. There's no such. I'll completely paraphrase it. You got to get the proper quote up. There's no such thing as change, or no such thing as progress. Only change. It doesn't with a different coat of paint kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the same.
Charles Manson had a swastika tattoo, didn't he?
Well, it was initially a cross, then he went crazy. The MK Ultra.
But it was a swastika. He got to change it.
Became a swastika.
So you got a couple things in common now. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Charles Manson isn't an ideal candidate for anyone, but I mean, he was obviously an MK Ultra victim, so we can,
Can we start calling politicians govies?
Governor.
Govies. And we use it in a really derogatory term, kind of out the front of the White House,
Oi,
fuck you, govies.
Oi, Govy.
Here we go, Hughie. People are inherently flawed. It's the same thing with a different coat of paint. What's the answer? Is there an answer? like with all the information you've kind of gathered,
there is an answer. Hey,
like what is the best?
because all these
possible
revolutions and
solution
things
or
that happen,
scenario?
it always just ends up going back to the same shit. I mean, although like you look at the French Revolution, like this is the thing: the revolutions are always radical, never work, and it always just goes worse. Like, you know, if you go like a left wing, like a full communist revolution, it just doesn't end well. But like the French Revolution, you look at it now. And you're like, yeah, they got rid of the monarchy. They established a bit more of like a socialist system. And now, you know, it's great. They get, you know, it's good. It takes a few hundred years. I mean, you look at like the 1907, like the revolution in Russia. Like the Russians, like you look at I'm not.
Someone's at the door. Hughie, I think you've said a little bit too much.
This is it. We're done.
I think you've said a little bit too much.
But you look at like the Russians pre the revolution were totally just in total serfdom. They were totally starving to death. They had nothing. And I'm not saying that the like Stalin or Lenin or any of these guys are good guys in any way, shape or form. But what they did achieve a lot.
It's all good.
Right, they're definitely here.
They're here. Hughie Phillips, we know you're in there.
Bro, they're definitely here.
Go on.
I'm scared, bro. Nah,
that's food.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, shit, it should have... I mean, I don't know if there's a point in it. I think, nothing means... I don't know. I don't want to be a nihilist because it just makes you want to top yourself, but...
No, I want you to be as nihilistic as absolutely possible.
It's all meaningless, cunt. It doesn't mean... I mean...
Because I think it's sometimes
how many
nihilism.
fucking intellectual people have gone, yeah, I'm going to start the revolution and change it, and then they do that,
Your food's here.
and then you know, nothing happens.
He's banging on the door. Okay.
Was she going to come down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Yeah, the food is here. Hughie, why don't you get it?
Intelligence agent. Some guy.
She literally just gets taken off in
I
a
am
van.
a patsy.
Where are we getting at? Oh, yeah, we're just getting at... Oh, yeah, how many intellectuals have been...
Yeah, how many intellectuals have thought they had the solution and it was wrong, and everyone thinks they're right. I mean, who knows? It's
I know,
all
I
a
wish
waste of
someone would
time.
just have like a solution to end it all, like a final solution.
Okay.
It's
What do you think?
something there.
No.
What if, do you know what the scary thing is? What if that was actually the answer? What if that's actually the answer? And let's say in 200 years, they're like, we got rid of them. It's all better now. It's all better now. What if that's just
there's an alternative universe right now where it went ahead, it happened, and
Yeah.
everything, and Huey's just a pro cyclist. He's the happiest guy in the world.
Everyone can kind of be successful if they work hard. We're just like hilarious comedians. Like everyone can kind of like be a great musician. Everyone's just really happy.
It's just, I mean, that's what reality will become in the next 5 to 10 years because it'll just be VR. You'll be able to do that, and that can be your reality.
Is that a viable option? Do you think that's a good idea?
No, it's horrifically bad, but it's like porn or anything. It's bad for you in the long run, but in the next 15 minutes of your life, it's gonna like, you know what I mean? It's like smoking or any really thing that you know is bad for you. But hey, for the next day, I mean, it's not gonna hurt me. I will never see the consequences. You know, you think you won't see them because you don't see them till a very long time.
What are your thoughts on VR? Is it going to come to fruition? Is it going to be as popular as they say it's going to be?
I think there's going to be like people who are really into it and people who like move to the mountains and just like live in communes.
Or do you think it's just going to be people that are like, oh, it's just kind of boring?
They're like, I'm so glad we moved to the mountains and everything, and then one day someone takes their headset off and they're like, what?
I'm in a share house.
Diane!
Well, that's basically what's that drug? Sativa? Isn't that basically what that is? You just go into a world for a few years.
Oh yeah, is it salvia? I think
Sativa. Salvia.
Check.
Good.
Damn, they're trying to silence me, dude.
Bro, it's for real.
Yeah, so we got 15 minutes on the clock.
15 minutes on the clock. Let's see how many things we can push over. Or is there anything else you want to kind of take a deep dive into?
No. What do you guys want to talk about?
It all seems kind of meaningless now, doesn't it? making our silly jokes. Do you want to spend the next 2 minutes trying to find a pun on a Jewish mafia?
No, there is more. There is more we can get into.
Yeah, there is more.
Hit me.
Hughie? Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a better solution. And I agree. It's a human problem. We're going to keep just
That's it.
fucking it up. Whoever has power is going to fuck it up. Because it's going to be nepotism. They're going to be serving their own interests. Everyone's interests are different. That's the other thing.
I mean, I've fucked up my own life. You know.
You're 19.
Hey.
Imagine that. Like, it is very true how many like young people kill themselves. It's such a funny idea when someone is like 20 and they kill themselves. And it's like, you didn't even like you got to this stage.
Yeah.
You didn't even give it a shot.
Yeah, but when you're like super suicidal, you're not like thinking clearly. You're not
yeah, of course.
You're not like,
course.
oh fuck.
Still, it is just a funny idea to be so young.
I know people who've done it like in their still in high school.
Yeah. I think high
First
school's-
hand, or know of.
Know of like there was
Right,
some
right.
guy in the year below me in high school who did it, and then like you hear stories of people who know people and shit like that.
And they just said it was like MK Ultra. It was.
Oh, it was all
was on a
it was
podcast.
all Sirhan did it all. Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Hinckley.
I love.
What
I
happened to
love-
the cake?
I love this young boy. Yeah, we got a little bit of
Should we
cake here.
Should we hit the cake up?
Do you want to get a little bit of that cake?
Or
in?
do it after pod.
Well,
You
do
don't
it
need to
after
eat on-
pod.
You don't
Okay.
need to
do it after
eat on
pod.
pod.
All right.
It's a nice cake.
Show some class.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit
Yeah.
of class.
Well, how about you've seen this new podcast? Are You Garbage? It's pretty good.
I have.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I really like it. You
Let's
watched
do a
it?
little bit of
Yes,
Are You
yeah,
Garbage
I'll
right
see,
now.
Okay. So,
All right,
Hughie,
have you ever
ever had
contemplated suicide?
Yes.
That's class. That's all
Hughie.
class, baby.
Hughie, have you ever had a above ground pool? Straight trash here.
No.
And,
Do they do a lot of that? Oh my god, he does too. Yeah.
yeah, Hughie. Ever had an above ground pool?
Let's talk about some aspirations.
How do you like
I
your
wanna- I wanna-
steaks,
I want to
mate?
end on a nice note.
Meaning, well, are you a classy man? Are you true? How you have your steaks done?
Yeah.
Let's talk about aspirations. Is there anything else? What about skits? You want to do skits? You want to get back into podcasting? You want to?
Yeah, I would. I need to, but I just need to. I need to do some writing and write some. I don't know. I just want to get good at comedy. Get good at stand up first. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
You want to put all your eggs in one basket?
Nah, I just want to be a good stand up first.
Are you getting this stuff on
Yeah,
stage,
true.
or this stuff you're talking about?
What do you mean?
How much of it are you bringing to the stage? All
Not
of your nihilistic.
None of it.
Do you think you should?
I have a little bit. I do in my written material. I can't because I can't really write it. But sometimes at an open mic when I'm I just go, and it can go okay.
And it is tricky. I mean, even Tim Dillon's not really doing that when we saw him.
No,
mean,
he's doing
kind
his
of
hour.
is.
But you think I mean, when he's doing some shitty fucking spot, he would be working. That's what it's all. It's just about working out, working it out, just grinding, putting in the time. I mean, at the end of the day, you really got to have nothing else in life going on, and you got to be I just told myself at 35.
That actually might be the name of the episode.
Yeah, I know. I was just
know,
thinking that. Yeah.
How does that year go at 34? Do you do crazy things? I was even thinking about the idea you're going to kill yourself in a year. What sort of stuff are you going to do? I think we should start using that analogy rather than the win the lottery. You're going to kill yourself in a year. What do you do?
I'd stop working.
Yeah.
I'd just start drinking heaps and just doing coke.
Really?
Yeah.
What about maybe
And just
heroin?
smack.
That'd be nice.
I don't want to do heroin because at least heroin, I feel like I'd fall off the cliff real quick. I feel like I could sustain a coke habit and an alcohol problem for a year.
And you think
like,
that's something you'd want to do?
Yeah, I just smoke 2 packs a day.
What about a guy that's just at the Great Barrier Reef, just snorkeling? He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to kill myself in a year. I just wanted to do this. I thought
Yeah,
nice.
I'm just doing everything on my bucket list. I've only got
Yeah.
1 year left. Oh my god, do you have cancer or something? No.
No, I thought I was going to be a successful comedian.
I'm
I
just
was
not-
going to be a
yeah.
cyclist for a little bit. Just a movie world. Whoa! Oh dang, that was crazy.
Just fall in love.
What do you? This is my life. Totally.
Do you think it's lack of female energy?
That's the answer?
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
It was right in front of us all.
Probably. That is probably why. I mean, realistically.
This is what happens when a woman isn't around.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think what women do, they make sure you don't have enough time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's why my dad's 65.
They're like, I'm not doing it. You shouldn't either.
Go on, laugh, young boy.
Shot.
Laugh.
Are you right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's what happens. Do you need to have a little bit of female energy in your life? Is that kind of what you desire at all, or it's...
My number is no.
Hey, ladies.
Nah, look, it is what it is. That's life, you just got to plug away, I guess.
I didn't answer the question at all.
This is the biggest political answer ever. Look, we're doing our best in that area. I can't comment too much on that at this time. And
This hasn't ever been done on a podcast before. I want to do it first.
okay.
Let's get up your dating profile.
No,
Let's
we
have a
can't
look
do
at
it,
it and
bro.
rate it.
We can't do it.
We're not going to show the
Let's-
camera or anything.
We're not going to show
Nah,
that.
we
We're
can't.
literally not going to
We
show the
can't do
camera. It's just going to be us. Just,
No, we can't
just out
do
of
it.
pure. We're not judgmental people. We're not going to laugh at you.
You showed me yours.
huh?
You showed me
Nah,
yours.
Yeah, literally.
I can't do it.
We're not going to judge each other. I just want to see what we're working with.
No, I can't do it, mate.
Can I please?
No, you can't.
Please.
No, it's not happening.
It'll just be a little tip thing. We're not even going to laugh. It's going to be nothing. I just want to get it up and just look at it for 1 second.
no.
I want
Can you
to look
do a
at
flash?
it and I'll get it up.
That's-
So, what? There's a photo of you doing stand up.
Yeah, there is.
photo of
There,
photo
my
cycling.
bio. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, let's go.
So my bio is I'm watching a Louis Theroux documentary right now. That's my bio.
Nice.
Great.
Nice.
Photo of me doing stand up. Photo of me at a cafe wearing like a suit.
Yeah, that suit, that
photo.
That photo.
I got a photo of me at like a top of the mountain wearing like a nice jacket and wearing sunnies.
There's a photo of me with a gun in my mouth. With a caption, look everyone, I'm 35.
Just like a 35-year-old birthday cake, just 35 on it. Sorry, that's kind of funny. A birthday cake that says 35,
35.
With the candles. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that's it. It's only a few photos, and then I just have like job, lives in Surrey Hills, bike messenger, and then you just get no likes.
Have you thought about using different apps like Hinge?
Yeah,
Or...
that's actually a good bit. That's the fun thing about Tinder. You get all these photos together. Let me tell you about Tinder. So the point of it is
Very
you get these
hack, though.
photos
everywhere.
together.
But this is the thing. It's like
You
so
put-
hack.
You put a bio profile together and then you get no likes.
Yeah.
And then you get no laughs.
Someone hit the laugh. Mate. Someone hit it.
It's a really nice bit. Go hit it.
You can't talk about dating apps. It's the hackest thing you can talk about.
That's why I want to.
We are hacks. That's the
We're
point of the
absolute
podcast.
hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk. How about we have a little bit of a mix? We'll talk about the conspiracy theories, and then we'll do dating advice at the end.
Okay, hit me with some dating advice.
No, let's go. How about Hughie's dating advice?
This is the segment you were waiting for. This is the segment you wanted.
It's the one,
Alright,
Hughie's
we're
dating
gonna
advice,
act
everyone.
out a little scene.
Okay, someone has to play a woman.
Yeah, that's Karim. I'm gonna be the waiter,
Okay.
and you're gonna be Lachlan
this is
McAllister.
No, I'm Hughie Phillips, mate.
No.
Yeah, he's going to
I'm
be Hughie
Lachlan-
Phillips.
Okay, I'll do my
Okay.
Lachlan Fuck! My Lachlan
All right.
McAllister.
That's
Alright.
good. That's good. That's really
So you
nice.
two you're on a date at a fancy restaurant.
Okay.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You look good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I try.
Large breasts.
Monsieur,
Oh yes.
is he
Check out a beard on this fucking cunt, alright?
is this guy
Well,
I don't know. Something about him being kidnapped. I don't like
I
this
don't
bit.
know.
I don't
I
like
like
this
it
bit.
either.
No, keep
I don't-
going.
That's the thing, you gotta
I don't
try
like this
things.
bit. I don't like this bit.
gotta
How about
try
some
things.
dating advice? Literally, I like it. Hughie's dating advice. What are some tips for the ladies? What are some tips for the ladies, Hughie? Let's go.
My dating emoji.
Yeah.
I don't have. I mean, I thought it was for me. I got no idea.
I like the idea of someone who's struggling with dating giving dating advice. I think that's
That is
almost
fantastic.
That is kind of fantastic.
That's a show.
Yeah. What are some tips you want to give the people out there?
Right, someone write that down.
Yeah.
My tip: don't have a good career.
I got a tip right here for you, lady.
Yeah, be really sexist.
Have you ever tried that angle?
No, I can't, man. It's too. I'm too. My problem is I'm too. No.
The problem is I
have. Yeah. Look, it's. I don't know, man. There's just no.
Can you talk to women?
Of course, I interact with 10 out of 10 women 30 times a day, every day, because of my job.
Right.
Is there ever any like flirting?
Not really. But it's hard. Like, what do you? I come out of the rain. I'm like dripping wet. I'm sweaty. And I'm like, yeah.
You say, hey, can I use your shower?
Yeah, the shower thing.
Yeah, but I'm work. I gotta go.
Have you ever just wanted to be like, can I have a shower?
Why would I have a shower? I'm about to go back out into the rain.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
What if, has a woman ever said, hey, get in here. We got to get you all warmed up."
No, they look at me. They're like woke lefties, but when they see a real blue collar person, they're like, ugh. I don't know.
Maybe you need to move to a small town.
That's what Riv wants me to do. Riv says you need to move. He says you should at least move to Western Sydney. He reckons I'd love Western Sydney.
You will like Western Sydney. You really will like it.
Riv's just really struggling for friends out there.
Hey, Lachlan. I got us dinner, lunch reservations.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's real people out there.
I think that's what it is. I think I need real people.
I want to tell you my favorite place in the world, in the entire world, is Cogra.
Where's that?
Just what is it? Kind of like west
Down here, like Willow
Southie.
Creek.
I think that's the best place on earth.
Cogra.
Yes. Anywhere I've ever been in the world, like that is every single walk of life. Every single walk of life, all there together, all getting along, not really causing any trouble, not really kind of giving each other evil glares, because you can't. You literally have every single ethnicity, every single like cuisine next to each other.
Oh, that sounds
Everyone's
good.
just kind of happy.
Should check out Cogra.
Yeah, I would say I want to move to Cogra. It's like it's a paradise. It's literally kind of an idea of
you
like
a Scientologist?
No, it's the best the world can get. Everyone's just in there living in harmony.
Cogra. Jesus.
I've never seen anywhere like it.
I've never been. I've got to check it out.
Go to Cogra. I told my mum about Cogra, and she's like, oh, okay. And we walk there. And she's like, yep, I see exactly what you mean. This is the greatest place on earth.
Wow. Fuck, I've got to check out Cogra.
Because also, if you go to the West, sometimes if you are not ethnic, if you're just a white person, you will get kind of looks.
Really?
It can be dominated by one specific group. I find Cogra is the one area of Sydney.
Just totally multicultural.
Totally multicultural. You can't even put like your finger on what dominant group exists
Oh,
here.
wow.
You cannot, which is...
That's great.
Yeah, really crazy. You literally have like Buddhist, Muslim...
Cheap? Is it cheap rent?
Yeah.
It's decent. Because it's not like a really cheap place either. It's people who are kind of doing well, which is a difference between like some of the more dangerous areas of Western Sydney.
Yeah.
Where it's like people are really struggling. People
yeah.
in Cogra have actually all worked pretty hard to get where they are.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're not causing
It
problems.
sounds
They're
like
not,
a good place, eh?
Yeah.
I've got to check it out.
Yeah.
Train stop in there, in Cogra?
I think there is. I think, right at the train station, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see the main strip. It's beautiful.
It sounds like God's
And then I was trying to say, like, another episode, the worst place in the world is Balmain.
Oh, mate, the eastern suburbs, I hate the people, man. It makes you want to cry, man. I fucking...
It's
evil cunts.
There's some terrible
Just
areas.
low lives.
Yeah.
Same with the North Shore.
Some terrible areas.
Just dogs.
But I'll honestly say Cogra is the greatest place
So
I've ever been
funny
to.
at the formal, like going back into that world of like the private school world.
Oh, what school was it? Oh, you don't have to say.
I won't say, but it was like a
North Shore.
North Shore private school.
Nice.
Private
For girls?
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great, but it's
reset,
really interesting going back into that world and that mindset where they're like, they go, oh, what school did you go to? Not a public, not a public school, right? And that kind of thing. Like that exists. It's out there. and it's just embarrassing, man. We shouldn't, a society, we shouldn't be there. It's just we should be all like Cogra. It sounds like.
Yeah. Honestly, we should all be like Cogra.
But we might actually wrap there.
Yeah, we might have to wrap there.
Fella. Thanks so much for coming on, Hughie.
Thanks for coming. I apologise for everything I said.
No,
there's
please.
nothing. That was
Next time
my
we're going to go
favourites.
a little bit harder, and we're going to find out if you're in Cogra or not yet.
I
Yeah.
might have to move to Cogra.
You might have to move to Cogra.
We'll get a studio in Cogra.
If we get a
Hell yeah,
studio in
dog.
Cogra together, the world's going to be a good place.
Oh, yeah.
Like I always say, like one of my biggest idols is Joe Strummer. I would say that Cogra is Joe Strummer's ideal world.
And Balmain is the Paul Simon.
Yes.
Is that his name?
Simonin.
Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. Everything's bad about Balmain. Everything's beautiful about Cogra.
That's right, baby. What's Mick Jones?
Mick
Sorry.
Jones wouldn't exist because they don't allow Jewish people in Cogra.
We're going to end on a high note, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Okay, folks.
Peace.